Ever noticed a sudden stiffness in your dog's posture or perhaps a dreaded side eye? These could be telltale signs your furry friend is in a grumpy mood. Understanding your dog's body language is a critical part of pet ownership. It's like learning a new language, only this one's silent, subtle, and can be the difference between a happy pup and a distressed one. Let's start with posture power. Imagine you're watching your dog romp around the yard, all bounce and wag. Now picture that same dog, suddenly still, head lowered, tail tucked. That's not just a change in stance, it's a signal. A stiff body often indicates stress or unhappiness. It's as if your pup is saying, hey, something's not right here. Now, let's talk about the eyes. They say eyes are the windows to the soul, and in dogs they're windows to their feelings too. The dreaded side eye where your dog seems to look away or squints at you is often a sign of displeasure, fear, or even a warning. It's like your dog is silently communicating, I'm not comfortable right now. Next up, we have tailtails. You might think a wagging tail is always a sign of a happy dog, but not all wags are created equal. A low stiff wag or a tucked tail can tell a very different story than a high, loose wag. It's a subtle shift, but one that can give you important clues about your dog's emotional state. Lastly, let's tune into ear signals. When your dog's ears are perked up, they're showing attentiveness. They're engaged, interested. But when those ears flatten against the head, it can signal anxiety, fear, or even submission. It's like your dog is saying, I'm feeling threatened or scared right now. So, what's the takeaway here? Just like us, dogs have a complex range of emotions and ways of expressing them. And just like with people, the key to understanding is communication. In this case, it's silent communication through body language. Reading your dog's body language can help you understand when they're feeling upset, scared, or just plain grumpy. And remember, these are general signs. Every dog is unique with their own personalities and ways of expressing themselves. So, take the time to learn your dog's specific signals. It's an investment that will pay off in a deeper, more understanding relationship with your furry friend. So next time your pup seems a bit off, take a moment to read their body language. It might just hold the key to understanding their mood. Scene script. Body language is just one piece of the puzzle. What about those mysterious growls or the sudden silence that fills the room? These vocal cues and behavioral changes can be equally revealing. Let's start with the growl spectrum. Not all growls are created equal, you know. That low, guttural growl you might hear when a stranger comes too close? That's a serious warning. It's your dog's way of saying, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. On the other hand, playful growls often accompany a game of tug-of-war or a rough-and-tumble play session. They sound lighter, less threatening. It's important to tune into these nuances of canine vocalizations. But what about when your dog goes from barking up a storm to an eerie silence? It's like the calm before the storm, right? Well, silence can be golden, but sometimes it's a sign that something's amiss. A sudden shift from playful barks to quiet can indicate your dog is not happy, or perhaps even worrisome. Changes in usual vocal patterns are worth noting. Moving on to the sniff snub. Picture this. You lean in for a playful sniff, only to have your usually affectionate pup turn their head away. It can feel like a bit of a snub, can't it? But it might be more than that. Your dog could be communicating disapproval or simply saying, I need a little space right now. So if your dog is giving you the cold shoulder, don't take it personally. They're just communicating in their own doggy way. Now let's talk about destructive behavior. It's more than just a chewed up shoe or a dug up flower bed. Sometimes these behaviors are signs of stress or anxiety. Your dog might be upset about something and they don't know how to tell you. Chewing, digging, unusual bathroom accidents, these could all be their way of saying, I'm not okay. And yes, it can be frustrating to come home to a mess, but remember, your dog isn't doing this to make you mad. They're doing it because they're upset and they don't know how else to express it. So, instead of getting upset, try to figure out what might be causing this behavior. Is there a change in their routine? Have there been any loud noises that might have scared them? Understanding the root of the problem is the first step towards solving it. Remember, a sudden shift in your dog's usual behavior could be their way of communicating discomfort or displeasure. Keep a keen eye on these subtle changes. Understanding your dog requires patience and empathy, so don't be quick to reprimand. Instead, be ready to listen, observe, and respond with love and understanding. After all, your furry friend is counting on you to decode their doggy displeasure and help them feel safe and secure. Now that you've decoded your dog's displeasure, what can you do to mend fences? Let's delve into some effective strategies to bring back your pup's cheerful spirit. First up, identify the trigger. It might be a loud noise, a sudden change in routine, or perhaps a scolding for chewing on your favorite pair of shoes. To turn that growl into a grin, you need to understand what's causing your dog's moodiness. Are they afraid, anxious, or just plain old annoyed? Once you identify the trigger, you're halfway to resolving the issue. This brings us to the second strategy, a calm and patient approach. When your dog's feeling grumpy, the last thing you want to do is escalate the situation with loud voices or displays of anger. Instead, offer gentle reassurances. Provide activities to redirect their energy and give them some space if needed. Remember, your dog looks to you for cues on how to behave. If you're calm, they're more likely to be calm. Next, let's talk about the power of positive reinforcement. Who doesn't like a little reward for a job well done? When you see your dog exhibiting desirable behaviors like calmness and obedience, reward them. A treat, a word of praise, or some playtime can do wonders. This not only helps your dog associate good behavior with positive outcomes, but also rebuilds trust. But what if your dog's behavior changes seem sudden or excessive? What if they're showing signs of aggression? Well, that's when it's time to call in the professionals. A trainer or an animal behaviorist can provide invaluable guidance. They can help you understand what's going on with your dog and give you strategies to address the issue. So there you have it. From identifying triggers to rewarding good behavior, these strategies can help navigate the choppy waters of canine moodiness. And remember, it's a process. You're not going to turn a grumpy pup into a cheerful one overnight. But with patience, understanding, and a little bit of doggy psychology, you'll see a change. Keep in mind, patience and understanding are key when dealing with a grumpy pup. With the right approach, you can turn that frown upside down in no time. Decoding your dog's mood may seem like a daunting task, but with a keen eye and a little patience, you can master the art. By reading their body language, vocal cues, and behavioral changes, you'll be able to pick up on when your pup is feeling less than perky. Approach them with calmness and patience, offer reassurances and positive reinforcements, and you'll soon see that grumpy face turn into a wagging tail of happiness. Remember, a little grumpiness doesn't diminish the incredible bond you share with your furry friend, so keep an open mind, shower them with love, and always strive to understand what they're trying to tell you.